As the Camerlengo approached through the loggias of Gregory XIII, he wondered if Cardinal Mortati was in a panic yet. Certainly Mortati had noticed the Preferiti were missing. Without them, the voting would go on all night. Mortati's appointment as the great elector, the Camerlengo assured himself, was a good one. The man was a freethinker and could speak his mind. The conclave would need a leader tonight more than ever. As the Camerlengo arrived at the top of the royal staircase, he felt as though he were standing on the precipice of his life. Even from up here he could hear the rumble of activity in the Sistine Chapel below, the uneasy chatter of 165 cardinals. "161 cardinals," he corrected. For an instant the Camerlengo was falling, plummeting toward hell, people screaming, flames engulfing him, stones and blood raining from the sky. And then silence. When the child awoke, he was in heaven. Everything around him was white. The light was blinding and pure. Although some would say a 10-year-old could not possibly understand heaven, the young Carlo Ventresca understood heaven very well. He was in heaven right now. Where else would he be? Even in his short decade on earth, Carlo had felt the majesty of God, the thundering pipe organs, the towering domes, the voices raised in song, the stained glass, shimmering bronze and gold. Carlo's mother, Maria, brought him to Mass every day. The church was Carlo's home. "Why do we come to Mass every single day?" Carlo asked, not that he minded at all. "Because I promised God I would," she replied. And a promise to God is the most important promise of all. Never break a promise to God. Carlo promised her he would never break a promise to God. He loved his mother more than anything in the world. She was his holy angel. Sometimes he called her Maria Benedetta, the Blessed Mary, although she did not like that at all. He knelt with her as she prayed, smelling the sweet scent of her flesh and listening to the murmur of her voice as she counted the rosary. Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Where's my father? Carlo asked, already knowing his father had died before he was born. God is your father, now, she would always reply. You are a child of the church. Carlo loved that. Whenever you feel frightened, she said, remember that God is your Father now. He will watch over you and protect you forever. God has big plans for you, Carlo. The boy knew she was right. He could already feel God in his blood. Blood. Blood raining from the sky. Silence. Then heaven. His heaven, Carlo learned as the blinding lights were turned off, was actually the intensive care unit in Santa Clara Hospital outside of Palermo. Carlo had been the sole survivor of a terrorist bombing that had collapsed a chapel where he and his mother had been attending Mass while on vacation. "37 people had died, including Carlo's mother." The papers called Carlo's survival the miracle of St. Francis. Carlo had, for some unknown reason, only moments before the blast, left his mother's side and ventured into a protected alcove to ponder a tapestry depicting the story of St. Francis. God called me there, he decided. He wanted to save me. Carlo was delirious with pain. He could still see his mother, kneeling at the pew, blowing him a kiss, and then with a concussive roar, her sweet-smelling flesh was torn apart. He could still taste man's evil. Blood showered down. His mother's blood. The Blessed Maria. God will watch over you and protect you forever, his mother had told him. But where was God now? Then, like a worldly manifestation of his mother's truth, a clergyman had come to the hospital. He was not any clergyman. He was a bishop. He prayed over Carlo. The miracle of St. Francis.